Have you ever heard a saying, it takes something more than intelligence to act intelligently? Let that sink in for a moment. That isn't a trick statement. This was a quote derived from the work of a brilliant author, Fyodor Dostoevsky, in the 1800s. This idea comes to us describing a level of intelligence that it takes for us to understand emotions within ourselves and others, while successfully interacting within society. I am David Galperin, otherwise known as Curious Davy, and I want to welcome you to Men's Whole Health, brought to you by A Day in Davy's Brain, the podcast dedicated to help men thrive in today's world. Today we're kicking off a two-part series focusing on emotional growth. This episode is dedicated to tackling something crucial, emotional intelligence, or EQ, which lays the foundation for our emotional maturity. Now let's be honest, emotions haven't always been a man's best friend, culturally speaking. We're often told to toughen up, be a man, and suppress anything that isn't stoic strength. But that's like trying to drive a car with only one gear. You're limiting your potential. Emotional intelligence isn't about being overly sensitive or losing our edge. It's about understanding and managing our own emotions while empathizing with others. It's a superpower in relationships, at work, and even our own self-worth. So how do we build this superpower? Here are 3 actionable steps we can start taking today. We can become a feelings detective by focusing on self-awareness. We start by tuning into our own emotional landscape. When we feel something like anger, frustration, joy, sadness, don't just brush it aside. Ask yourself, what triggered that? What physical sensations am I experiencing? Is my heart racing? Are my muscles tense? Meditation and journaling can be incredibly helpful here. Even a few sentences a day can make a difference. The goal is to recognize and name our emotions accurately. After all, we can't manage what we don't understand. Becoming self-aware also allows us to recognize our own values, because understanding what's truly important to us guides our decision-making and helps us stay aligned with our purpose. Practicing social awareness and perspective taking helps raising our empathy, as it allows us to step into someone else's shoes. We can try to see situations from their point of view, even if we don't agree with them. Ask yourself, what might they be feeling? What experiences have shaped their perspective? This doesn't mean we have to condone their behavior, but it allows us to understand it better, leading to more productive communication and stronger relationships. Active listening is key here. Really listen to what the other person is saying, both verbally and non-verbally, before formulating your response. Developing emotional regulation skills is where we learn to manage our emotional reactions. It's not about suppressing emotions, but about responding to them in a healthy way. When we feel overwhelmed, we can try techniques like deep breathing, mindfulness, or taking short breaks. It helps to identify our triggers, what situations or people tend to set us off, and developing strategies for dealing with them. This could involve setting boundaries, communicating our needs clearly, or learning to reframe negative thoughts. Building emotional intelligence is a journey, not a destination. It takes time, effort, and self-reflection. Don't get discouraged if you slip up. It's all part of the process. The important thing is to be committed to growth. That's it for this episode. Join me next time as we explore how emotional intelligence lays the groundwork for emotional maturity and why that's so important for being a well-rounded, successful man in the 21st century. Remember, a high EQ isn't just a personal benefit. It's a gift for you as well as one you can give to the world. I want to thank you for being here with me today and following me down the spiral into my mind. Please take time to like, subscribe, and share. I encourage you to take some time to reflect on your own emotional intelligence, and feel free to leave comments down below. What are your strengths? Where can you improve your EQ? What advice can you give to other listeners? Your tips will not go unnoticed and may help me and someone else grow as well. And as always, I want to remind you, if you change your perception, you will change your life. And I will see you next time, my friends.